Today, we're releasing Workflows in public preview. Workflows is the operational layer for enterprise AI and is built for organizations that need their most complex business processes to run reliably and in production. To explain why we built this, let me start with the story most enterprises go through. The models work, the proof of concept went well, everyone's excited. And then the conversation shifts to, okay, how do we actually run this? That's where things get complicated. Pipelines work fine in a notebook, but they fail in production and nobody knows why. A timeout hits halfway through a long process and you're having to start over from scratch. You may need a human to improve something mid-workflow, but there's no good way to pause and pick things back up. These problems aren't unusual. They're the reason most enterprise AI projects stall between demo and deployment. Now, let us walk through a real example. Imagine you're leading a global shipping company. You're using workflows to automate cargo release decisions, a process that touches customs validation, anomaly detection, and human approval. And that has to work correctly every single time. We are talking dozens of steps, several external systems, and zero tolerance for things failing silently. If a step gets missed here, it's not an inconvenience. It can have severe consequences. Jen is going to explain how workflows handle this.
When a cargo document comes in, the workflow kicks off and starts coordinating. It validates it against customs rules, checks for anomalies, and cross-references prior shipments. It decides what runs, when, and what to do if something goes wrong. This involves fetching data from multiple sources, including unstructured data from conversations and document attachments. Agents extract and format required details and pass them along for validation. Each of the operations in a workflow runs as its own activity, and the result of an operation is recorded the moment it completes. So, for example, if customs validation passes but the anomaly detection fails on a timeout, you don't start over. The workflow picks up right where it stopped, using what it knows from the previous steps. But what if something gets flagged during the automated checks, and now the compliance officer needs to sign off? In this case, the workflow pauses and notifies the officer for approval. Once approved, the workflow picks back up and releases the cargo. Every step of the process is tracked in Studio. If you need to check months later why a particular cargo was released, you can pull up the full timeline and get all the details.
Workflows handles more than orchestration and comes with quite a bit of engineering underneath that's specific to AI. Things like real-time token streaming so LLM responses don't arrive as a block, input-output encryption and automatic handling of large documents, authentication with multi-tenant isolation at the server level, and a Python SDK where things like retries, OpenTelemetry tracing, and timeouts are a few lines of configuration, not months of engineering. Workflows is already running millions of processes in production with our customers across several industries. It is also powering many products at Mistral, but more on that to come soon. To learn more about Workflows, you can read our announcement blog, and when you're ready to get started, everything you need is at docs.mistral.ai.